If there's a problem, there's going to be a solution. If there is no solution, it's not a problem, right? So regardless, there's going to be something that we can do. And if we stress about it, you're basically losing energy and losing focus on finding the right solution.
Welcome to Entrepreneurism. I'm your host, Scott Pollack, a seasoned business leader, entrepreneur, and CEO coach with a passion for helping others achieve success in their entrepreneurial journeys. On this show, we dive deep into the world of entrepreneurship, uncovering why so many struggle and revealing what the most successful do differently. True entrepreneurs have unique superpowers, including the ability to spot hidden business opportunities and convert them into thriving ventures. For most mere mortals, this ability is absolutely unfathomable. But these same strengths can become sources of struggle, whether it's pursuing multiple opportunities without losing focus, scaling without eroding culture, or balancing short-term demands with long-term vision. The entrepreneur's journey is full of tensions. Here we explore critical factors that drive entrepreneurial success: how to stay focused, manage resources, build strong teams, and develop the resilience to navigate the ups and downs of the journey. Bold ideas, candid conversations, and insights that will help you unlock your full potential. Ready to learn and grow, expand your toolkit, and discover actionable strategies to help you navigate your own entrepreneurism? Let's dive in. I am super excited to have with me today Yoan Rigart-Lenisa. Now,
Perfect.
on this show, I have plenty of true serial entrepreneurs. But today, I've got an animal that's even more interesting, a true parallel entrepreneur. That what I see there that's so unique is that Yoan has started multiple businesses, some of them one after the other, but multiple businesses that he started side by side across different industries, and continued to play different roles and to essentially lead multiple businesses at the same time. I find that fascinating. I think that's really the challenges that presents, the superpowers that you've got to have to be able to keep that straight and to be able to work through that. I think it's just a great opportunity to explore. So thank you for joining. Can you perhaps just talk briefly about how you started your entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah, thank you, Scott, for having me on your podcast. First of all, so started my I would say my entrepreneur journey the same way I started all my businesses. It's always opportunity. It's every time say, hey, why you started a restaurant, why you started a digital transformation agency. It's always like what's on the market, and we saw a problem, or we were like feeling an attraction for a particular industry or business, and we're like, hey, we cannot miss this opportunity, so let's go for it. Yeah.
Excellent. And yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, IT Consultus is the business that I probably know best. Although I must say, your Thai restaurants, I've been to them as well. But having been a client of IT Consultus years ago, I got to know you guys pretty well, and you've evolved that over time to be web support, I guess, and building websites all the way to being a full digital solutions consultancy. So
Yes.
really, really, really cool.
Yeah. So maybe if you want to, I mean, the way I started my first business, it was like when I came to China, I always had in mind to become an entrepreneur, even if for me, like, entrepreneur was like kind of a vague term. So I was here, I was finishing my studies, and a friend of mine back in Montélimar told me, like, his uncle was looking for somebody to help him, like, buy electric bicycles. So I was like, hey, you know what? let's try. So then this is how I started my first business. So look for a factory, went on, do the like quality control, negotiated the price, and then started shipping some containers. Then found out a second client in UK for electric bicycle, and then started to do other product as well. So yeah, it's always about opportunity, I would say.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, I think most entrepreneurs would say that, right? That they discover an opportunity and they
Yes.
had the foresight, but it's not just the foresight. I think that's one of the common superpowers across entrepreneurs is the ability to not just see the opportunity, but to actually do something about it.
Hmm.
And most mere mortals, I would say, just they can't figure that one out. Too many barriers, right? So
Yeah.
so that was how you started. Yeah, your first business was export trading,
Yes.
and
Which I'm
and
still
then
doing. This, yeah, we're still doing it. So yeah.
there you go. So and then you went on to I believe quality control and then F&B. Talk
Yes.
about how F&B came about.
Yeah. So again, it was my ex at the time. She was running a Thai restaurant with her mom, and after a few months, she was like, "Oh, I can't handle my mom anymore." So with me and my brother, we wanted to open like say like more like Italian F&B concept, like cold cuts and wine, very simple. And then she's like, "Hey guys, I know you wanna start your own F&B, but I'm probably gonna sell mine. You want it?" I was like, "Hey." You know, let's do it. So then we went on Thai food instead of Italian. So yeah, that's how we got into the F&B business. So was very, I mean, the first two restaurants were like typical restaurants, and then we moved into like the delivery service with cloud kitchens because we saw a shift in the market. Uh, when we started, Sherpas was like dominant, very strong, and everybody was ordering through Sherpas. I mean, especially like foreigners. And then at the end, like Alamine Meituan came in, and they kind of destroyed Sherpas. So we decided to go on those platforms. Unfortunately, we didn't get like the same success at first that we had with Sherpas. So we were losing a lot of
Mhm.
revenue for our delivery. So we decided to rebrand Urban Thai into Urban Tuk Tuk to make it more like a fast food Thai fast food chain. So we went on and having 12 locations pre-COVID, and unfortunately, like COVID came and destroyed our dreams, I would say. So yeah, that was after that. That was like it was scrambling, and now we're left just before Chinese New Year. We had three locations, and now we're down to one. Yeah, we just letting it go, and unfortunately, die slowly, I would say.
Mhm. Understand. As sometimes they do. Uh, let me let me ask you. I mean, I think as with most true entrepreneurs, opportunities are everywhere, right? And the true entrepreneur sees opportunities everywhere they look. Uh, right? You're nodding your head, of course. So, I mean, talk about how you've balanced that constant influx of opportunities while still maintaining focus on what matters most.
Yeah, no, that's that's a very tough question. I mean, I'm lucky. I'm not alone in everything that we do. I'm lucky to work with my brother. We do business with my dad back in France. And also for the F&B business, I have a general manager that has been with us for over 12 years. That is yeah is you can't do things if you're just on your own. So I'm lucky to be surrounded with great minds, great individuals, and people that I trust. That helps a lot with business. Otherwise, I would never be able to do anything that we're currently doing.
Absolutely. And by the way, shout out to Aurelian, your brother,
Yes,
who I know well, also.
yes,
Um, so yeah, I mean, I think certainly having multiple people to work with helps.
hmm
Um, but I think a lot of entrepreneurs have that, and they still struggle. Um, there's still this struggle that I've seen of
hmm
differentiating between opportunities that are worth pursuing and perhaps what you'd call shiny objects that could end up being a real distraction. And you know what criteria or process have you developed, over the
Hmm.
years as an entrepreneur in order to be able to differentiate between the two and to decide? Clearly, you can't pursue every opportunity that comes your way. So how do you decide?
Yeah. I think it's still a question that I'm asking myself every time because we still have a lot of opportunities coming our ways. We started a warehouse in back in my hometown, so exporting some of the products we're already doing or some products that we think they're going to be working to my hometown and starting to distribute them. So that again, my dad had the opportunity to rent a warehouse for a very affordable price. It was like, hey, let's do it. I was like, Dad, I'm already too busy. It's like, yeah, but come on, I'll take care of it. So obviously, is helping a lot, but there's a lot of also that is getting on my laps. So you know, and I was like, okay, let's do something. At least we do something with my dad. It gets us closer as well, and it's fun because you have to work again on strategy, putting the product on Amazon, putting the product on Temu, distributing B2B, B2C. So yeah, you're going back into like starting from scratch, having to develop a new marketing strategy, a new sales strategy, and reworking the fundamentals. Um, but once again, like I think there was Richard Branson who was saying, sometimes I mean he has like very successful businesses, but he has tons of businesses that have failed. So it's not because you get one that works very well that everything you're gonna touch is gonna turn into gold. So every time you have to be very humble when you start a new business because yeah, it's if you too cocky and you think you're the best, this is where you can try to have all the good fundamentals. You can do all the marketing study you want on to make sure you're entering at the right time or this is the right idea. Sometimes you see it with restaurants. Sometimes one restaurant is at this corner, doesn't work. You move to the other corner and suddenly boom, becomes the best restaurant in town. And you have no explanation why. It's just sometimes it's a bit of luck, a bit of location. It's the same for every type of business. After when your business starting to grow, it's obviously like having the right process always in place and having the right team to implement those and follow those process. But yeah, it's never guarantee is never success is never a guarantee.
Well, that's for sure.
Yes.
There are no guarantees. So,
Yeah.
I mean, talk about what's what's been one of your greatest personal struggles as an entrepreneur, and how have you conquered it?
Mm, um, I think I think time and attention. How can you where you prioritize
Yeah.
your mind and your time? It's always tough. So that's why one of the question you were asking, what is the most important app that I'm using? For me, it's the calendar.
Mm, mm,
So
mm, mm,
I try
mm,
to
mm.
be very precise the way I organize my day. So when it comes to meetings, tasks, anything that I have in mind, I try to put it in the calendar. So I know roughly the time that I need on my day. So that helps a lot to see, okay, a new priority is coming in. If there's something in my calendar that is not as important, then I move into the next day. So every time is basically juggling with things that are coming your way. If there's a new teammate that is coming with a new priority, then I need to shift and move the other ones later on to the day or on the next day. Yeah.
Okay, so keeping your priorities straight is
Yes.
it's a continuous action. It sounds like, and for
Time
you,
management, I would say. Yeah. Mm.
time management. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Time management and calendar is certainly one of the tools that
Yes.
that helps with time management. Sure,
Yes.
sure. Um, One of the things that I've noted is that as you started so many different businesses, you've been able to, uh, so it seems, successfully make the transition from the founder operator to stepping back to a member of the board of advisors, and
Mm.
in entrepreneur parlance, there's a letting go of your baby to some extent, right? Which a
Mhm.
lot of entrepreneurs struggle with.
Mhm.
So I'm quite curious what strategies have helped you to let go of those day-to-day operations without feeling a total loss of control of the business that
Mm.
you founded?
Um, I think because in all the businesses that we have with my brother, I mean, I'm not a chef, for example. Like the most common issue. I mean, I can make an omelette and lasagna, very simple, chocolate mousse. But I'm not like a chef in the kitchen for like Thai food. So even if there's something happen, the chef is sick, then I'm not going to be the one able to save the day. So the staff will need to figure it out, right? So the same with the IT business. I cannot do a line of code. So I cannot just, so everybody has their, let's say, their responsibility within the team. And I'm never the one in the kitchen, just to put into to a picture. And yeah, at some point, if letting go for me is never a problem. So I trust people. I always, when they come work with us, I give them full trust. If they lose it, then this is another topic. But overall, like I'm very like, how do you say, given in the way of my trust.
Hmm.
If I hire you, the goal is for you to perform at your best. If you need help, we're here to support you. We're here to make you grow. But the goal is really for the people that we invest in them. It's for us also to have a return on investment. So
Hmm.
for them to
Hmm.
contribute to the team and to the company.
Absolutely. And being able to delegate, it sounds like perhaps you've had an easier time learning to delegate than some. That's a
Yeah, because
struggle.
I don't consider myself like as a marketing specialist or finance
No.
or anything. I'm very generalist in everything in
Hmm.
the way what I studied. So I understand how business are run. But once again, I cannot do like marketing campaign. I cannot do like financial, like build a financial plan and everything. So I know how it works. I know things, but first is not my passion. And they have people that are way better than me in the company, and that's why they're with us.
Sure, sure. And I mean, the role of head of the business, oftentimes
Hmm.
called CEO, right?
Hmm.
Chief Executive Officer, President. Um, am I right in having observed that you've stepped away from that role to being whatever it is, board member or
Uh,
something else? And what did that transition look like?
yeah, yeah. I think I mean, for the digital transformation agency, my brother is more hands-on. Is
Okay.
like is 100% committed to this business. Um, so for me, I'm more like spending like, I would say 30 or 40% of my time on it.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm a bit more like I'm taking care still of the HR part, financial part,
Hmm.
and then I'm more like, let's say, a coach to a lot of the people that, let's say, have a higher role in the team.
Hmm.
So I spend time with them. I try to develop their skills, soft skill, hard skills, and to make them like hopefully better person, and for themselves, even outside of work, and potential, and also within the company, so they can learn more, they can perform better.
Talk a little bit about that coaching, and
Yeah.
sort of the role of you being a coach within your organizations. Any stories of where you think that's really transformed things?
Mm. Funny because I mean I was a basketball coach when I was young. I started very young as a basketball coach. I was like, also when I was playing basketball, I was always like, let's say, the captain in the team. So I like to, let's say, not being controlled but direct, and how do you say, being the chief orchestra.
Hmm.
I kind of
Hmm.
something
Conductor.
that I enjoy. Conductor, right? Something that I enjoy. Sometimes it's just like spending time with team members,
Hmm.
and listening to them and see where they're struggling, because a lot of them are also younger than us, and they're going through some struggles that we might have in the past. And the idea is like listening to them and sharing some of the story that we had, and how we overcame those issues. If it's with a customer or on a personal level, or and so on and so on. So goal is really for us also to be here, not just as, okay, I'm the one paying your salary, but hey, you're also a person. and you could be here with us for the next 5 years, but you could be also with us for the next 5 months. But if I can have an impact, just telling you, sharing something with you, or giving you an advice, or leading you into a direction that can help you elevate yourself. I think that's important. Most of the time, people they want to be heard, and that's what I try to do with the team. Try to energize them. So that's why I also changed my name as CEO. As I put Energizing Officer, not.
I love
So
that.
yes, I stole it from Fred Crozero, if I remember correctly.
Hey,
I stole a lot of things
we
from
both
him.
love Fred, so that's yeah.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
And so yeah, the goal is really to get the 5-10% out of those amazing talent. And sometimes they don't really see their potential. It's just like make clean the surface and then they shine even better. So yeah, we're lucky we get great people within in the team. So
that's awesome. Chief Energizing Officer. Yeah, I knew Fred had adopted that, and I love it from Fred, and I love hearing it from you. Uh, let's do a quick fire.
tell me.
So some entrepreneur hacks.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, real quick, what's one book every entrepreneur should read?
Yeah, I get actually two. The first one that came to my mind was the US book that I think you're familiar with.
Absolutely.
It's a methodology that we implement in within our company. The second one is The Obstacle is the Way from Ryan Holiday.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's more like a philosophical book. Every time you get something coming your way, and every time y- let's say your mindset is every time you feel down. Okay, there's a problem, but you need to embrace it, and to let's say like pass you, and not get into you, because all day long you're getting obstacle, you're getting problems. So if every time there's something that is not going the way you want, you get emotional, you get upset, you get
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, and then you're never going to find a solution, and you're putting too much energy into your feelings instead of like finding the right solution. There's a sentence I like to tell my team. um, if there's a problem, there's going to be a solution. If there is no solution, it's not a problem, right? So regardless, there's going to be something that we can do. And if we stress about it, you're basically losing energy and losing focus on finding the right solution. So say, hey, something happened. Okay, well, let's make sure it's not going to happen again. But for now, it's here in front of us. How are we going to tackle that issue? So very trying to keep the emotion throughout the day very very stable.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think that's one of the key factor to go through the day with managing different businesses, because otherwise, I mean, you don't really celebrate. I mean, you get a new contract, you would want to celebrate, but you're like, okay, now I need to move on to the next contract. But when you sign a contract, it's also the start of the problems, right? Because you need to solve everything that is coming. So you're happy for a little bit, and then you need to move on with fixing problems. Um, but yeah. It's becoming a bit of how do you say, a yogi in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little Zen. You're reminding me with that. I mean, it's a principle, I guess, but it
Yes.
reminds me a little bit of I think there's a Chinese parable along those lines of, something
Okay.
happens, your horse ran away. Is that good or bad? Well, we don't know yet,
Oh, yes.
because then the horse comes back with another horse. Now you have two horses. Well, is that good or bad? Well, you don't know yet.
True, true. Yeah, you never know what's gonna come your way. So in the end, stressing doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't solve any problem. The only time you need to stress if there's a lion running after you, which is gonna be good, because you release how do you say, hormones for you to run faster. But otherwise, like, no, but I mean, in Shanghai, there's no lions gonna run after you. So yeah, no point.
It actually reminds me also of one of my favorite principles from Jim Collins, from Great by Choice, return on
Hmm.
luck, which I love just
Okay.
because his point was that all businesses have luck, some good, some bad,
Yes.
it doesn't matter. And actually, the most successful businesses are not necessarily more lucky. He did the studies to prove that, but the most successful businesses get the best return on luck, good or bad. So something happens, it's not about, well, oh, that's unlucky. I guess we're not going to make our year. The
Hmm.
point is that you should be asking the question, okay, well, what do we do now? And by the way, the same thing goes for good luck. Well, we got a great break. Well, how can we make it even bigger? Right. And the best companies are always looking to squeeze more juice, right? Whether it's good luck or bad luck. So interesting. So second question. That was a long
Tell me.
uh quick fire.
Sorry, I was a bit long.
What's one thing you do every morning to set yourself up for success?
Waking up at 5:05.
Mhm.
I wake up very, very early. Was listening, to one of the video yesterday, and this lady, she's also an entrepreneur. She's like, you want to be able to dictate the way you're going to run your day and not the opposite, not your day
Right.
run you. And so for me, 5:05, I wake up, I'm at the office by, let's say 5:35, 5:40.
Mhm.
Then I can work pretty much for 1 hour, and then either I go to the gym. If I don't go to the gym during lunchtime, but otherwise I go to the gym at 7. I do my workout, and then I come back. So when the team comes, I've already like done all my emails.
Mhm.
I'm ready to start my day. If I don't do this, it's chaotic. The day is never enough. So yeah, that's my morning habit.
Morning routine. It's great, and
Yes,
and you
yes.
need the focus time in the morning. That's great.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
what's a tool or app you can't live without? You already mentioned your calendar.
Yes. Yes, completely, completely. I will be lost without it. I keep all the birthday in it from former staff, current staff, like family and everything. So I have
Yeah.
all the things in my calendar. So very important.
What daily habit keeps you grounded?
I would say praying at night before falling asleep. So just like relaxing myself, like laying down flat, putting my hand on my chest, and um, I'm Catholic, so I
Mhm.
pray to God, and just falling asleep like peacefully, and yeah.
Nice. And what's the best piece of business advice you've ever received?
Um, naming him again, Fred Cruzero. It's sell, sell, sell.
Mm.
Go out, sell as much as you can, and you will find a way to deliver. It's much easier when you have too many contracts than not enough contracts. So
Yeah,
yeah, just push for it and never settle from being like, oh yeah, well, we have enough, and I'm just going to chill out now.
I can picture Fred. Yes. So thank you. Those are
You're
some
welcome.
some great nuggets right there. Imagine you could do IT consultus all over again. You could start over
Hmm.
and could only bring one lesson that you've learned from that experience. What lesson would it
Hmm.
be?
Hmm. What lesson would that be? Mm, 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 mm. Uh, I think that would be probably like implementing the EOS
Hmm.
way. I mean, culture overall
Hmm.
earlier within the business. One of the I found at some point, when you start a business, you want to be, I would not say secretive, but you scare about sharing data to your team in terms of like revenue,
Hmm.
in terms of gross margin, profitability. Uh, and putting like very clear KPIs for every productive people.
Hmm.
And I think since we embraced this EOS methodology, we've made everybody accountable.
Right.
Right? So everybody, I mean, we have 3 departments with 3 head of department. Everybody knows what they need to crunch. We call it crunch on a weekly base, meaning how much they need to produce. They know exactly their cost, their department structure, cost. So that helps them to also be able to say, "Hey, I can hire. I cannot hire. I need to find more and more work because otherwise, I'm not gonna get my gross margin." And then being very transparent with the team, say, "Hey, guys, we don't have enough work. You're gonna have to roll up your sleeves." Contact all the clients that we currently have, see if there's new project coming in. What could we do best to serve them? Could we also go and find new external clients? So even when we talk about the net profit, every quarter we do a company announcement where we review all the numbers and we tell the entire team where we are at the moment. What are the potential signing in the coming weeks? If we've performed well or if we have not performed well, and so on, so on. So I feel like people are more skin in the game in the end, and for us, we're also able to we're able to track the performance. Because sometimes you have somebody who comes and say, "Hey, I want 30% increase," and the worst part is like you don't even know if they're doing a good job or not a good job, right? If you don't have any KPIs set up for this person, you cannot say, "Hey, sorry, I don't want." Maybe the person is exceptional. Maybe he amazing developer, he, beautiful code, every time is perfect, but his speed is probably maybe is like 50% slower than what it should be compared to his daily rate, right? Or the
Yep.
company cost. And so, but if this person, you let's say put a random number, you paying him 10, but you should be paying him 20 because he's like exceeding his performance, then you should be, yeah, of course, I'm going to double your salary because you're killing machine. So,
Yep.
but if you don't have those kind of KPIs or structure for the team, then you don't really know, and you might lose your best assets. And in the end, you keep the ones that are underperforming, and then your team is crashing. So yeah, I think that would be probably giving more visibility to the entire team, setting KPIs for every single member within the team, so they also feel responsible to contribute to the overall goal of the company.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, having a system, accountability,
Hmm.
transparency, whether, EOS or scaling up, which I know you're also familiar with, or any of these other
Yes.
systems that are out there. Um, a lot of entrepreneurs in the early part of their journey, don't think about it in a
Hmm.
systematized kind of way, right? They're just blocking and tackling. And then at some point, you want to scale and you need to put a system in place. Great. And last question, what's one piece of advice that you'd give to entrepreneurs just starting on their journey?
Mm. Um, it's very tough. It could be very lonely. I'm lucky that I'm doing it with my brother. Otherwise I know it would have been much tougher. So just be ready, but also surround yourself with people that you can trust. Have other entrepreneurs within, let's say, your network that you can share ideas. You can go for help if needed to be. Sometimes, like, let's say I give I do have like I used to be a coach in the entrepreneur EO entrepreneur organization for the accelerator program,
Mhm.
and sometimes like you share your experience to problem that they're having and that you potentially had in the past, and then for you it's so, how do you say, logical to go in that direction, and sometimes you having your own problem, and then you ask another entrepreneur to say, "Hey, I have this problem. What would you have done if you were in my shoes?" And the person shares the thing. He's like, "Oh, damn, I'm so stupid. This is such a simple idea, but because you're too focused on your business and you can't really see the solution." So sharing problems doesn't make you like a weak person. Everybody has issues. Even if you have a company of 3,000 people or like 5 employees as well, even somebody with 5 teammates can give a very good advice to somebody who has 3,000 people. So it's more about like sometimes it's just your vision is too focused on one thing and you're not able to open. So yeah, the entrep entre I think the entrepreneur journey fascinating because you're also testing yourself a lot. You see how far you can go mentally and physically. You have time that, I mean, you barely sleep. It's tough to find
Yeah.
clients or getting money. When you have like pandemic like we had with the COVID-19, you don't know where you're going. So and you need to provide for everybody because everybody's looking you being like, oh, okay, boss, when is the money coming? So you're responsible for not the people that you have within your team, but also their entire family. So it's also a lot of stress, but it's also rewarding. When you have people who come in your company and they stay with you for a while, and then they move to another higher position, bigger company, because we're fairly small, right? So
Yeah.
when I hear some of our former teammates, now they have that kind of position within those companies also makes us feel proud. It's like, hey,
Absolutely.
well, somehow I don't want to take any credit, but somehow the step they had with ITC helped them to get to the next step in their career. So yeah, it's a nice thing sometimes.
I thank you very much. I mean, in the mention of EO and the EO Accelerator and the concept of joining a forum or an accountability
Mhm.
group, but
Yes.
entrepreneurship is lonely, and having people around you who can help you see what's in your blind spots. Coaches obviously play a similar role, so there's a number of different ways to do that. But yeah, I like that
Mm.
as a piece of advice. Uh, with that, Yoan, really appreciate you joining the show today and giving us just a tiny little glimpse into your incredible entrepreneurial journey. I expect that the lessons you've learned and shared about starting, growing, and adapting several businesses in parallel, which I still think is
Mm.
amazing, will resonate with other entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs. So thank you again. And to my
Thank you,
listeners,
Scott.
we've got more amazing guests lined up. Please subscribe, leave feedback, and share this episode with your feeds. Until next time. Thanks for listening. Remember, entrepreneurship isn't just about spotting opportunities. It's about taking disciplined action to bring them to life. Hope you'll join again next time as we continue to unpack the complexities of entrepreneurism.